this call tonight to not just coaches on the team, but anyone within the Butterfly Effect community, just because this is stuff that pertains for life. So welcome to the Butterfly Effect call. It is Monday, the 28th of November, just a couple more days left of this month. And to be honest with you, it was my intention for this to be the butterfly effects. I'm going to go ahead and put everybody on mute just for now, and then I'll take you off when it's your turn, because this is going to be very interactive. I intended, we're going to have a butterfly effect book club starting in January, and it was my original intention to do this book for January. However, I think I decided I'm going to shift, and we're going to do something about nutrition in January, just to really help people get started off on the right foot in regards to their nutrition. However, and when it comes to goal setting, I don't want us to all be working on our goals I want us to already know what our goals are moving into January, instead of just starting to work on formulating a plan. So the idea of the book, there's a book called The 12-Week Year. And the main premise behind the book is many people set annual goals. And so you set your New Year's resolution, right? But you don't really, a New Year's resolution or even just an annual goal seems so huge and so far off that it's easy to lose track early in the year and think, oh, well, I still have plenty of time to catch up all throughout the year. And before you know it, it's November and you haven't worked towards that goal. And so it's a general idea of that 12 months is way too long to be focused on one goal. It's a whole lot more user-friendly and attainable to make your goals smaller and having a shorter time frame and having them broken down into action steps. So it's the idea of looking at then your days as a week instead of a day. Like, how productive can you be in a day in order to hit your goal at the end of 12 weeks? So today, I'm not lecturing. We're going to do the work today. We're going to do some work today. So I want you to go get a pen and paper, preferably if you have one, a journal, something that you always glance to and always refer to. So I'll give you just a second to grab that. I'm so proud of myself right now. I'm drinking tea instead of wine. Ooh, accountability. I've been drinking way too much wine lately, and I know myself well enough. And if I'm not having a glass of wine, I have to replace it with tea. Otherwise, I'm too tempted to go pour glass. So anyway, I'm having to share that. I'm being a brave one too, and working on letting go of horrible habits we create over the holidays. So, okay. So how this is going to work, we're going to go through the first 1, 2, really 3 steps. Okay, we're going to go through the first 3 steps and we're going to do the work on those, and then I'll cover the last 2 and we'll kind of formulate a plan. So the first step is before you can set your goals, he suggests that you set your life's vision. So what I want all of us to do right now is I'm going to give us just a couple of minutes, and I want you to really think about your vision for your life. So you have to stop and just think for a second. Let's ask ourselves this question, and maybe write this question down. What are my priorities? And remember what they say about priorities. If you have more than 3 to 5, you don't have any. Okay? So write down, what are your priorities? Okay. So I'm going to give you just another second to finish writing down your priorities. And we're going to go through, and since this is such a small group tonight, we're going to share. Okay, so after we wrote it down, we're going to share. So I'll share with you I wrote down 5 priorities. My five priorities are family, financial freedom, dharma. So my dharma in yoga, that means it's my life's purpose, that I'm working towards my life's purpose, community, and fun. Now just notice, like, I didn't put health and fitness or wellness or any of that stuff on there because for me, that is just a part of who I am now. Like, I don't have to write that down to prioritize it because it's just part of who I am. So if it's something that you need accountability for, you need to write it down. If it's just someone who, like, if like you get up and you pray every day and it's not even something you think twice about, then probably your faith is more of an intrinsic priority than a priority that you need to be really holding yourself accountable to, because it's just a part of who you are. So Eric, share with me some of the priorities you listed.
I have start out doing my 12-week year starting January 1 with a wall calendar. Lay out
These aren't goals. These aren't goals. These are your priorities. So the people or the things in your life that mean the most to you.
Family. I'm going to start, well, I guess that would be a go-to, but family and I have volunteering, but like I say, that would be more of a goal, I guess.
No, that's not. So, I mean, the actual act of volunteering is a goal, but giving back to your community is not a goal. That's a priority. Giving back to your community is so giving back is a priority of yours. Okay.
Yes. Yep. That's all I have for right now. That was a short notice, so.
That's all right. That's all right. I apologize for not being crystal clear. Okay. What about you, Tara?
I put family, joy/happiness, and financial freedom.
Cool. What about you, Una?
For me, I need to a healthy marriage. I think I put my marriage on the back burner a little bit. We celebrated 25 this year, and my husband feels like we should be a little further along at 25, and he's probably right. I've poured more into work than I have my marriage. So,
well, good for you for prioritizing it now.
Yes. De-stressing my life, or a more balanced life. My life, part of that is being out of balance from work and my health and consistency and all of that. So those are the two big ones really that can just come, and just consistency with all of it, because I'm just off and on. I allow stress to take over just far too often.
Okay. So now that we know what's important to us, now we're going to write a statement, whether it be, it's probably going to be 3 to 5 sentences, that is going to be your vision for your life. If all the stars were aligned and in a perfect world, the vision for your life. So without writing it down exactly, like, I'm going to give you time to write about it, but if you're like confused and you need a starting point, like, my vision for my life obviously shouldn't be yours, but if I just like go off the cuff and share, like, and you want to write this as best as you can in present tense. Okay. The goal of this. So the vision for my life, Jacob and I spend time at least once a month prioritizing time for a date night. We spend time as a family at least, no, those are action items. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so vision. As a family, we are close in love and vibration, spend quality time together regularly. I am so satisfied with my career, the financial income that I'm bringing in, and the reward I'm getting emotionally from the people that I'm serving. We're having so much fun and leisure at the same time as we're bringing so much joy and service to our fellow humans. So that would be a vision for my family. Maybe I might be more specific. That was just me going off the cuff, okay? So I'm going to give you about 2 to 3 minutes now for you to write your vision for your life's vision. Write it like it's happened, like it's present tense. Okay. Give you about 30 more seconds. Okay, so I'll go ahead and go. Or do you guys need more time? Give me a thumbs up if you're done.
I'll have to keep on.
Okay. You said you need a little more time, Tara?
Oh, I don't think I'll get it done right now. I need to think.
You need to think deeper? Okay.
Yeah.
So I would love for us to share a little bit, but if you don't have anything down, that's okay. What I wrote was, our family is so full of closeness and love. Our finances are more stable than ever, and I'm feeling a huge sense of satisfaction to those I'm helping along the way. Our community is growing, and we're loving the vibe that we're sensing. So what about you, Eric?
Like Tara said, I need a little more time with this, but anything I could really jot down would be living a life of travel, coming and going with no financial worries. That would be a vision that I could see for us.
Awesome.
But that's pretty much it for right now.
Okay. What about you?
I just have one sentence.
That's okay.
I have restored harmony, similar to our earlier years in our marriage, so that we can meet our God-given purposes for just a lot of things. I'd have to sort them out, but just want to get back to where we were.
Okay, good. All right. So now the next step is set goals. So I literally, if you have your phone nearby, go ahead and pull it out. I'm a very visual person. I really like to look at dates in front of me so you can really see. So we're envisioning this. This isn't our 12-week plan that is starting in December. This is our 12-week plan that's starting in January. Okay. So I want you to look at the calendar, look at January, February, and March, just to get a reality of it in your world. I'm a very visual person, and I just need to see it to really see if within 12 weeks, what does that really mean and what does that look like? So let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so that takes us right through March. So in the reality of March, I want you to come up with anywhere between 5 to 10 goals of things realistically, okay? Realistically that you can accomplish in 12 weeks. It might be a stretch, but but it's realistic as well. So, but they need to be goals that support the vision for your life and for your family. Okay? Do not make a goal that does not support that vision. This part's hard, isn't it? Setting goals for 12 weeks. It's really easy to set like big goals that are like a year from now.
Did you say put a date, Aubrey?
It's the idea that all of them will be accomplished within 12 weeks.
Okay.
So anything that can be attainable in about 12 weeks. So you guys have about 1 minute left, 1 to 2 minutes left. I only have 9 goals. Only thing that if I do try to, like, I'm like pulling random stuff out of the whatever. So, Eric, how about you share a couple of goals with us? Even if you don't have a list of 10, just share what you got.
All right. I got to help at least 4 people per month. Read and study 3 books. Not only just read them, but actually understand and get the full meaning of the books. And then get my wellness and nutrition certificate from ACE. I've been looking at doing that as well. So,
awesome.
Yeah, it says it takes 6 months to complete it, but I think if I cram it, I could probably get it done in 3.
So not a personal trainer, you said a nutrition specialist? Is that
yeah, nutrition specialist. Yep.
Okay, cool. Is that what you got? Do you have any more?
That's it.
Okay, cool. What about you, Tara?
I finish paying loan, spend separate days with the girls, continue with my daily power hours, complete ultimate reset, and then I don't know what program it'll be. Go to Maui because I'm done. That's all I have right now.
Okay. What about you?
My first one is, along with the vision, is to do more purposeful and thought out dates instead of just winging it. You know, when you've been married for 25 years, it's like, oh, I don't know, whatever you want to do. So really picking it out, and being purposeful. We did talk about recently planning our once a month little vacation or getaway staycation kind of things, because we're throwing it. Well, we're not going to throw the points away. We're just going to have to bank the points because we didn't get them all used up by the end of the year from not planning. So we're going to sit down and plan that. Write down our next steps in our 5-year plan. We haven't did that for the year. And for me, finish some organizing projects that I have going on. And I wanted to at least get my quilting started. I wanted to start quilting. That's
Awesome. So I know that you have had, we just started working together because you were on a fitness journey. I'm surprised you didn't put that as one of your goals.
Well, I was trying to stay with the vision, I thought, but anyway. But yes, I have to do just like Eric was talking about. I have problems with nutrition. I just can do it for about a week and then I'm done. So I don't know if I maybe need to hire a nutritionist or something, but I need to get on that nutrition bandwagon consistently, because I can eat in the morning, but I lose it throughout the day, and then I'm famished at night, and I just don't get all my food in. So.
Well, I'm hoping one of my goals helps you with that you won't have to get a nutritionist.
Okay.
Because one of my goals is to start helping my people get better results, which is going to be giving them more access to me and this community, which I have. I'm sharing with you some of my goals. So I'm going to be doing bi-monthly nutrition and wellness Q&A calls for the entire for anybody who is in the Butterfly Effect community. And also we're starting a book club that hopefully it will, with intention behind it, helping you get across the roadblocks that are the mental stumbles that we all get, that can be roadblocks in our wellness journey. So I'm hoping you don't have to go out and hire a nutritionist, and because it's my goal to give you more opportunities to plug into this community, because the more you plug into this community, the more of a habit and a thing that it will become for you, so you can eventually get to the point like where I said it's just a part of who I am. I don't really have to think about it anymore, just because I've been doing it for so long. So hopefully that will serve a purpose for you there. Okay, so along with that, my goals I wrote down. So I said I want to, and however form it comes in from the powers that be, I want to make enough money during those 12 weeks. We're taking our boys to Disney World in January, so I want to pay off anything that we spend at Disney, and we're also going to Punta Cana for the Beachbody trip in April. So I want to earn enough money for plane tickets for that. So I want to not go in the hole from any of the traveling we're about ready to take. I want to host at least 3 live events at the Keller Yoga Studio. I want to write 1 set of curriculum for yoga teacher training, because I'm now a authorized yoga educator. So I want to write 1 set of curriculum for that. I want to help at least 3 to 5 people monthly get started with their wellness. I want to meditate or practice yoga daily. I want to engage in community events that I don't produce. I don't always do that. One date a month at least with Jacob, and start my book club and do the Ultimate Reset in January. So that's a vegan detox in January. So those are my goals. So now we're going to look, this is a last step that we're going to do tonight. So look at each one of your goals individually that you wrote down, and write some sort of tactic or action item to make it a reality. So say for example, like with and write it like it's already like it's happening. So say for example, So say for example, with my host 3 events, like I can jot down what I want those events to be, or maybe even with one set of I have the one set of curriculum, my action item might just be sit down with a planner and figure out a time when I'm going to do it. Okay, so maybe that might be your action item, is just write it down on my calendar when I'm going to do it. So look at each goal and figure that out. So for example, like for me to say that I'm going to meditate or practice yoga every day, my action item for that is I have to get up between 5 and 5:30 every day. Because if I don't get up that early, there's not going to be time for it. So that's like my action item for it to make it a reality. So just to give you an example. And I'm just going to share right now, see we're about here at the end. For me, a big part of making this stuff a reality for me is I'm a fly by the seat of my pants type of girl. And for me, making a lot of this stuff happen is so I'll tell you an action item or a tactic. I am taking time weekly and monthly to plan my upcoming week and plan my upcoming month in order to get on my calendar that mean the most to me. And for me personally, that's a huge one. It's going to cover a lot. Is for me just literally if I take maybe 30 minutes a week for planning the week ahead, and also giving myself more prep time during the week just to work on stuff. But so the one other thing I put, to give you an example, for the book club and the bi-monthly calls, one of the things I put down is I am utilizing the amazing tribe I've formed in order for us to collectively serve our communities in order to help them get better results. So that is a tactic that I intend to do to help with those calls to serve the tribe. So you don't have to give me all of your tactics because I know this is a tricky one for some of us, but Eric, do you have any?
Yeah, I think I'm going to need to dedicate at least 10 hours a week in order to get my certificate. That's just off the top of my head. I'm thinking what the curriculum and everything else has. So at least 10 hours a week, which more likely to be like one full day on the weekend I'm going to dedicate to that. In order to help, obviously, 4 people a month, I'm going to have to at least have 20 real conversations with people and not just send out invites. So that's going to be something that I'll have to work on as well. So that's 2 of my action items to make these goals happen.
Yeah, that was one of mine too, Eric. It was as far as helping 3 to 5 people a month is consciously connecting with new people on a regular basis. What about you, Tara? Do you have any tactics?
Well, one was continue with this little box theory that we've been doing, because that's really been helping me get things done. One of my other goals was to finish paying off a loan, and in order to do that, I need to quit spending things frivolously.
Start being more conscious about your spending.
And just stop, which I have been practicing. I'm pretty proud of myself lately. So, and Una, Dating Divas is a great website for dating ideas. It's a whole website devoted to dating.
I love that, Tara. Thank you for sharing that.
It has all kinds of ideas. I mean, really cute stuff. So you don't have to think about it alone.
Okay, thank you. So that was on my action list. I had bought this little book with little coupons in it to give away. I've torn some of them out, but I haven't given them away.
So maybe that's an action item. Maybe that's a tactic right there.
It is. I'm going to give my husband one coupon a week for a date night. And really, our date nights are even inconsistent. So we need to come up with a consistent date night. My niece beats me in that. When they do this, they're Friday nights and they just do it. So, but thank you for the Dating Divas, Tara. Then my husband and I need to set a date we got to set a date to just do the plan. I have to get with him on to do the 5-year plan, because we normally do that. And we just sold some stuff, some properties. So we just need to really get the 5-year plan, because anyway, that's part of his business, so we have to get that done. Set aside 10 minutes every day for my select simple projects to get the organizing done. And then I actually am going to call my neighbor this week, who is going to help me with the quilting, and at least let her know I got the patterns, and she'll tell me where to go from there. So that's it for right now.
Awesome. I love this. So I'm just going to end you with this, and we're not going to do this today, but how the book kind of ends is something that you really do have to do for yourself is to set measurements. So like, say, for example, take your goals that you have, and you're going to rate yourself at, like, so maybe a measurement is 1 to 5, 1 being that you didn't do anything to work towards that this week. 5 is like you killed it, you did amazing, you did awesome with it that week. And the idea is every Sunday night or every Monday morning for you to give yourself, once you hit those 12 weeks, to give yourself a rating. So and this is the tricky part of tracking your execution, is that most people will choose not to track or not to measure, because it's their way of, they're like, it's almost like, I don't want to hold myself accountable, and if I track it, then I'm just going to feel guilty if I don't do it, and so then it's just kind of an excuse to throw it all your hands in the air. But the whole idea behind it is that accountability is really about, like, self accountability and being able to do what you say you're going to do. So if this is just between you, your journal, and God or the ethers or whatever, if it's just between y'all, you got to hold yourself accountable. The only way you're going to be successful is if you're honest with yourself. It's truly my goal is that I really just do this. So I'm going to be asking us, once we get into the new year, you might get a random message from me saying, how are you doing with your 12-week year? Have you been tracking your measurements, or have you been tracking your execution? And I would love to know from you guys. This is going to be a really hard practice for me to get into myself, but I'm committing to do it, because I'm committing that 2017 is going to rock. So 2017 is going to rock. So any questions before we're done with this for tonight, guys? Nope. The idea is setting smaller goals in a shorter period of time that are more attainable. And so as long as we think that they're attainable, and then, I forgot to tell you the last thing. This is the part that I love the most. Is he said, this is the part that we fail to do in the West, is we fail to acknowledge our accomplishments. We're the society that we're like moving on to the next goal before we finished out this month. Okay? So we need to all, this is what I think is going to be really fun, set a reward for the end of 12 weeks that you're going to work your butt off. And what's that reward going to be at the end? Is it going to, you're going to do a long weekend? Honestly, I think what mine is going to be, it's going to be like a three-day weekend getaway with Jacob, or it might be like a massage. I've never spent money on massages or that kind of thing. Maybe it might be that for me, but it's the idea of at the end of 12 weeks, either take an entire week off. If you can't do that, like a 3-day weekend, because it's the idea is you're going to push like hell for 12 weeks with the expectation that there's a light at the end of the tunnel and you get to rest for a little bit whenever it's done. Okay? And that is imperative. Otherwise, you're going to work like hell for 4 weeks and then you're not going to see a light at the end of the tunnel. You're like, screw this. This is too much work. It's too much work. So I'm going to push like hell for 12 weeks and then I'm going to get a break. What's that break going to be? And sometimes you might need to put just as much thought into what that break's going to be so you know what you're working for. Sound good?
Yep.
Awesome, guys. You have a fantastic night. The call next week will be actually a Butterfly Effect team call, so it will actually be for the coaches on the team. We have a training session planned, but then we will have a Q&A. No, wait a minute. I'm tripping. Next week will actually be our first Challenger or the Butterfly Effect Q&A. So that is next week, the first Monday of the month. So Una, you can plug in next week. It's going to be like talk about nutrition and whatever you have questions for, bring them to the table next Monday. And I'm going to be here to answer them or talk them out with you to help you make a plan. The week after that will be a coach call. The week after that will be another Q&A, and then we'll have the rest of the month off until January. Okay? So you guys have a freaking fantastic week. And if you haven't thrown out any of the treats from Thanksgiving, go throw them out, okay?
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye-bye.